Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vira Mareta Agsantia. My student number 100. I will present my seminar proposal, Analysis of Women's Struggle for Their Rights of QAISRA SHAHRRAZ novel in the Holy Woman, a Feminism Analysis. Subject. There are three chapters. Chapter 1, there are first speaker of the study, second problem statement, third objective of study, fourth advantage of the study. And then chapter 2, there are previous study and underlying theory. And the last chapter is type of the study, object of the study, types of data and data source, method of collecting data, data analysis method. Chapter 1. The background of the study. First, the definition of feminism, the definition of patriarchal, the author's reason. First, the definition of feminism. Feminism is an in-depth study of efforts to change gender roles, sexist practices, and sexual norms that often limit self-development. Feminism is fully focused on overcoming social problems that women encounter on a daily basis, such as cases of rape, sexual violence, domestic violence, income inequality in the world of work, and others. Second, the definition of patriarchal. Patriarchy is a social system in which men hold primary power and dominate in roles of political leadership, moral authority, social privilege, and property control. Some patriarchal societies are also patrilineal, meaning that property and titles are inherited by male lineage. Last, the author's reason. QAISRA SHAHRRAZ, as the author, wrote this novel to reveal the patriarchal culture of Pakistan in ancient times, where women must always follow others from men. She wants to promote gender equality between men and women. Problem statement. How are women generally portrayed in QAISRA SHAHRRAZ, the Holy Woman? And the last, how Zara Bano as the idealist woman is depicted in QAISRA SHAHRRAZ, the Holy Woman. Chapter 2, Previous study. In this study, the author uses types of study in literature study. The first review study by Malala Yousafzai and Christina Lam, which the title is I Am Malala. The research explains about the emergence of a struggle waged by a Muslim woman in an Islamic majority country in Pakistan is motivated by a controlled injustice by men in society. Second, by bestseller Princess entitled The Princess Sultana's Daughter. The research explains about women's right forgotten which women always required to obey the word of her father and brother, even though what he said was wrong. And the third case study by Nawal El-Sadawi, which the title is Memoir of a Woman Doctor. The research explains about the struggle of a woman in Egypt to achieve her dream of becoming a doctor. The woman character has to fight for her ideals in the midst of economic problems in Egypt, which is very difficult for women to have a career. so that the woman became the only female student in medicine. She struggled to conquer male domination on campus. For QAISRA SHAHRRAZ, which the title is devout, the research explains about feminist movement has started to arise in the whole world in this 20th century in Pakistan. Women are trying to voice their rights by struggling to fight for patriarchy, the system in which women are considered inferior and helpless. The last review studies by Eka Wahyuni entitled The Main Female Character Struggle Against Taliban Laws and Patriarchal System to Get Happiness in Khalid Hosseini's A Thousand Splendid Suns. The result of the study show that the main character, Miriam and Lila, struggle as victims of patriarchal society to reach happiness. Chapter 2, their underlying theory. First, the meaning of feminism according to expert. Second, feminist figure. And the last is history of feminism. According to Yubahar Ilyas, is feminism as an awareness of the inequality of gender distribution experienced by women, covering various perspectives both within the family and in the social environment. There be encouraging awareness by both women and men, which is then manifest in action with the aim of changing this inequality. In feminism, there are several feminist figures in which these figures are a strong role in the field of the feminist movement. The first feminist figure is Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Wollstonecraft was an 18th century English writer and philosopher and women's rights advocate. Mary Wollstonecraft's famous work is entitled A Vindication of the Rights of Women. The second feminist figure is Betty Friedan. Betty Friedan is an American writer, activist, and feminist who influenced the rise of second-wave feminism with her book, The Feminine Mystic. The Feminine Mystic is the first Betty Friedan's book, which published in 1963. In her book, Friedan tells about the role of women in society, especially in the role a mother who has a lot of time, which Friedan considered imposing her will to decide, decide to her family and her even to herself. The feminist movement began at the end of the 18th century and grew rapidly throughout the 20th century, which began with the promotion of equal political rights for women. In 1963, there was a wave to feminists in the United States. In that year, the book by Betty Friedan, entitled The Feminine Mystic, was published. It turned out that Friedan's book had a broad impact, and even more so after women are NOW, NOW in 1966. The last chapter is chapter 3. They are types of the study, object of the study. Types of the study. Types of data and data source, method of collecting data, and the last data analysis method. Types of study. This type of study is descriptive qualitative research, which is a writing that describes the actual situation of the object under study according to the actual situation at the time of direct research. Qualitative research, according to Kunjaraningrat, is a research design that has three formats. The three formats include descriptive research, verification, and grounded research format. And the second, object of the study. Object The object to be studied is the novel The Holy Woman by QAISRA. The Holy Woman, published on 2001, has 716 pages. QAISRA's work recently won the National Diversity Lifetime Achiever Award for service to literature education, gender, and interfaith activists. This novel discusses the story, experience, and struggle of a woman named Zeri Bano, who later became a victim of a tradition named Zadi Ibadat in the novel The Holy Woman. The study discussed gender equality. According to Oakley, gender equality is different or gender that is not biological and not God's nature, but has the same dignity and worth. And the third is type of data and data source. The data is the study is the issue of gender equality between men and women, which content of a form of social conflict in the novel The Holy Woman. Meanwhile, the data source in the study is a novel. And the fourth, method of collecting data. In order to obtain data that is in accordance with the object being researched, it is necessary to have a method or data collection technique that is in accordance with the object of research. The Holy Woman is a novel that tells the story of a woman bound by tradition. Tradition created by men and with a goal, namely to protect their wealth. And the last, data analysis method. In this study, data analysis technique use qualitative techniques with descriptive method. According to Nasir, the descriptive method is to describe situation or event, image painting systematically, factual accurately regarding fake properties and relationship between phenomena on the object under study. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.